Hello crafty friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of the first video that I'm posting for the sunflower collaboration. It's being hosted by myself and Esther from the Trucking Scribe. We have 10 wonderful participants. There's going to be over 50 videos, guys. There is going to be giveaways, all kinds of goodies. So to find all the videos for this collaboration, just go on YouTube and search hashtag God's Beauty and Sunflowers. And all the videos that have been posted so far will pop up in a playlist for you. So let me... Now, if you remember in the last video, I only had enough time to do the front of page 1. The front of the first part of page 1. Now, I didn't get to show you, this is a wax seal. And all I did was, I just attached it to the bottom of our little flap closure. And I mean, yeah, I know I put that piece of paper there, but I wanted something behind that because you can still see a little bit of the cardstock, and I didn't want too much of that showing. So this works wonderfully for that. And also, I didn't get a chance to show y'all the booklet that I made for the accompanying Bible study. So each week, we will focus on a different book of the Bible. And here's just some of the wonderful, she didn't put all of them on here, but this is just some of us that are participating. And here in the center, I just did a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and I attached one of the sunflower charms that I've made. So this week's focus, if you're following along for the Bible study, is Genesis 1. So, but I only printed, I think there's like 12 pages to the accompanying Bible study, but there's also like the introduction pages, there's a few blank pages, and there's also some writing pages as well. I only printed off the ones that focused on the week-to-week Bible study. And then the back, this is one of the pages. But yeah, that's the hashtag. If I can put it in here straight so you can see it. That you want to look up for this collaboration. And this just simply slides back into the large pocket. And this comes over and fastens. So I want to leave this up. Now, I told you in the last video that in this video I'm going to get I'll do the decorating for the front of this, and I'm going to try to get the back of this page done and the second page that goes along with the main first page for the mini album. So this is our waterfall. And now these are you can use them. I'm going to use them as photo mats. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you're following along with me, but that's what I'm using these for. And let me separate because I put both of them together. I basically put all the decorations under the page that it goes with, so I wouldn't lose it. So let me just slide this off to the side, and I need these two right here. Now, this little strip right here is actually a piece of washi. I showed the washi for this in my bits and bobs video. And then I just backed onto a piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to set this right here to run along the bottom of the page, but I'm only going to glue the ends down so that this will form like a belly band that you can just like slide a photo up under, because The photos I'm going to be putting here are 3x3 photos, and that leaves me some journaling space over here to write about the photo. So I'm going to put that right there. And I've got 2 little dots right here on the photo mat itself. I did that because I'm going to take this butterfly, and the way I'm going to angle it is those 2 dots let me know where I need to basically place the butterfly. And I need to bring it out a little bit more so that it's going to be like this. Get that other dot in there. There. And when I glue this down, I'm going to feel up under here to where the end of that washi is, which is right here. So basically, I'm going to come up across the body, and all of this is getting glued down, and I'm going to glue down the tip down here. And I'm not inking at all in this mini album. I don't want a distressed look, but yeah, just put just a little bit of glue on each end. Ooh. And we're going to set it down right here, getting this end even with the page. And now if you need to, you can lift your page up, and then you're going to take and you're going to pull this, just like pull and yeah, kind of like drag pull in opposite directions, so that you get that band really snug and flush with the page. Because I want no gapping. See, there's no gapping on this band right here. And that's the look I'm going for. Now, I'm going to turn my butterfly like this in the orientation that it needs to be. Flip it over. Remember, no glue on this, and then you want to come up at an angle. So I'm going to put my fingernail there and just come up here and apply my glue. And then I want to do the same thing just right there on the tip, just to hold that tip down. And this is where I'm going to bring my tweezers in, so that I can grip this and bring it down a little and over, making sure that the tip of that butterfly stays on the paper and that it does not go into my crease line at all. Sorry if you can hear my neighbors. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning where I'm at, and everybody's leaving for work. So this right here is loose. Now, I am going to come up under and just put just a little bit of glue, ooh, way too much glue, on that band, and push that down just a little bit to hold that part of the butterfly down. But let me make sure there's no glue on my tweezers. But as you can see, I'm under that band, and then it stops right here. So the photo can slide under that, and it gives decoration to the page. But yeah, see? And then I've got all of this space from about here over for journaling. So basically all of this space right here is for journaling. Now I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to put some of my die cuts down. Now when I glue these down, I'm only going to be gluing the left side. I'm not going to be gluing any of the part of the die cut that's on the right hand side. But I've got those two and this one, and I'm also taking, if I can grab it, one of the sayings from my kit. And I am going to just layer them up. I'm going to pull this one up a little bit higher. Now, not too high, because you want to keep in mind that I want to keep this on this plain paper right here. Well, the mat. And then I'm going to put that one right there. And then this, I'm going to bring it up a little. Well, nope. There we go. I'm going to bring this about right there. And then this will go across the bottom right here. And that's how I'm going to have it now. When I go to glue these, I'm not going to glue them down to this, the purple and the green one. I'm going to glue them to the back of this, because on this one right here, I'm only going to be gluing here and here. That way the photo can slide back behind all of it. And I'll have my writing space over here. So what I'm going to do basically is I'm trying to keep these all in the position that I want them in. So like that. I like that a little bit better. So come in at an angle. I'm going to do it with my tweezers, grip, and flip. Now you see how they all meet on the back? What I'm going to do is take my glue, I'm going to push that back a little bit, and I'm going to put glue here and along the stem and push that down. Same thing here. I'm going to flip this up and come in with my glue and do here, here. Whoops, you didn't even see any of that. So push that back, come along the stem, the purple flower, my greenery, that, and then come down along my stems and also a little bit right in here as well, so that I'm at least catching a little bit of that blue on my little saying thing here. Now, I noticed that the purple is sticking off the edge, so still gripping with my tweezers, I can go ahead and let go of them. I don't need my tweezers anymore. We're going to fix our little purple one right there. Come in and just snip that little piece off. Now, over here, because these are a little loose, that's a simple fix. You just take and put a little bit of glue right here on the back of that leaf and attach it to the purple die cut, and a little bit of glue right here on this leaf and attach it to your teal one, so that way that anchors that greenery into place. And now here you just put a little bit right here and a little bit right here, and that will anchor that purple piece to the blue piece. Now, let's see, I may have to cut this little green piece off, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm going to bring it over just a little bit more. Well, no, not really, because I can, there. No, I don't have to cut it off. So when I'm applying my glue, the way I'm going to apply it is like I said, I'm going to come down and across the bottom and up the side of the saying, and then come over here and starting about here, come up the blue with my glue, put a little bit here, ooh, yeah, put a little bit there and a little bit on the edge of that, just so those pieces catch along the outside of the page, but I can still slide my photo under it. And don't worry too much about this right here, because if I have to, I will move it gently to the side when I'm placing the photo. But I mean, it hangs off just a little bit. I'm not too worried. Oops. I shifted. I'm not too worried. See, it just hangs off just a tiny bit. So, I mean, it's fine. So, and you can still, let me see, I got a piece of cardstock here. Yeah, you can still slide a photo back behind it. And oops, on this one, you see you can slide a photo all the way over to here. So that right there. And I may actually come in, since my photo is going to be 3. And this is, I'm debating on whether or not to just attach that to the top of the page with just a tiny little dot of glue. Yeah, this is about roughly 3 5/8. So I will have a 5/8. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Because that's just worrying me right here that may get broke. So just along the tip right there, at the very tip top of that piece of a die cut, just a tiny itty bitty microscopic dab of glue, and see, that holds that down. But I can still, well, if I can get my piece of paper back there, I can still come in and put my photo. See, I can even put my photo up under the edge of that one all the way down. So I'm good. But that is what those two look like. And now I'm going to flip this over. And again, I have another strip of washi that I put down on some white cardstock. And I'm going to place this right here. And then on this one, I'm going to bring it into about there. So roughly about halfway. So about right between those two flowers coming down and over to the right is where I will put my glue, leaving the left side of it open. And again, I will put glue at both the ends and line it up, making sure I am getting it straight, or about as straight as I can. And then again, take your fingers and pull in opposite directions to flatten that band, and hold it there for a few seconds. I'm using my art glitter glue, so it'll grab within just a few seconds. See? That's a nice tight band. And then, so in between these two pieces right here, so in between these two right here, I'm going to apply my glue, coming down and over. And also, I'm going to put just a little bit here at the bottom. And then when we place this, I want to make sure, just by feel, that I'm placing it even, and that I got it close to my line there, but I didn't go over. So, and then come in right here where the water can meets the washi strip, and just a tiny little dab of glue and gently press, so that anchors that watering can to that piece of washi. And again, you got your band here, and it comes all the way over till it stops, and then it stops down here, so you'll have a little bit of that paper showing at the bottom. And you see that'll come across the photo that I'm going to put there. And this is our last two. I am doing the band together again. You noticed all my bands, the picture seem to be on the right hand side. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. The only reason why I didn't do that I was going to do that on this one, but because of how delicate that spout of that watering can is, I was scared that it might get damaged, because I didn't back any of them onto cardstock. The only thing I backed on cardstock was the washi, because I wanted to be able to put something behind it. So that's the reason why the washi was the only thing that got backed. I mean, hindsight, I should have probably backed the ephemera pieces as well, but it'll be okay. So again, place it and pulling it off, and that one I got just a little bit too high on the left hand side, but it shall be okay. So you have a snug band there. And then this one, I am going to put the blue butterfly, and again the same concept. I'm lining this side up of the butterfly to where it's in alignment with the bottom of the body, and having it come across like that. So when I put my glue down, I want to come in at an angle under, like starting from the tail, and then only on the wing on this side, and then I will attach the wing to this as well. Now I'm not going to put any glue on the bottom. I may actually put some on the bottom. So let me lift this up. I'm going to put just a little bit here, just a tiny dab, and then just a tiny dab right there, so that that bottom of that wing is anchored, because the picture will stop before it gets to this anyway, but just to anchor that butterfly. Get all the glue off the tip, and there you go. See, it comes up under the butterfly and all the way over. And then on this page right here, I am taking one of the little sunflowers that I made and a piece of greenery. And again, I'm wanting to put this on this side of the page. Now this one's going to be a little bit trickier to do, so I'm going to have to be very precise with this one. Whoops. I'm wanting it to be like this. So again, I have to be precise when I do this one, but I don't want it to go over my border, my little lacy border there. So what I'm doing this is I'm going to attach this to the back of the sunflower, and then along the side here I'm going to glue this leaf down, this down, the bottom two petals of the sunflower, and then the corner of this one, so that the photo can slide all the way up behind it. Alrighty, I'm trying to get that one without distorting. There we go. And I will just grab it right here, and then place glue right there and right through there to hold, to hold both of those on. Well, shoot. Come on. Catch. There we go. Behind this leaf. This leaf. If you get any glue on the back of this, wipe it up and make sure that it is all dry before you go to stick this down. Because if you don't, it will stick it to the page when you place it. And then lastly, a little bit right here. Making sure I have no glue stuck to the back of my leaves. There we go. And now, when I place this, we're going to do it here, 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 and here. I'm going to take my tweezers, and my tweezers will help me get this placed where I want it to be. And yeah, I got my sunflower up just a little bit higher than I wanted, but that's okay. And then the tip of that one. Now, I may even come in and put move this stem just a little bit over and put some there as well, which I am. That way I know this is good and secure. I mean, granted, yes, I am using art glitter glue, which I've never had a problem with art glitter glue not holding anything down. But because a picture's going back behind that, you never know. So my picture will come to about, on the side, it'll come to about there. And it'll come to about here on the bottom. So, and yes, I accidentally spilled some water right there on my page this morning. I'm not happy. And now this one is our last one, guys, and this is just one of the fussy cuts from the kit, and this is another one that I'm going to play around with a little bit, because there's only going to be about 4 points that this is going to be glued down on. And those 4 points are this piece, this one, that one, and that one. So again, I'm going to use my tweezers for this. Yeah. It was this one, that one, and that one. This is the one that I'm just I've got to be really, really careful when I'm placing the photo behind this one. And on this one, you want to take and you want to pull in opposite directions as well to make sure that this piece is very snug down onto the page. And there. I didn't get it snug enough up top, so I'm just redoing it. There we go. So you can come in and your photo will sit behind, will sit like this behind that, and that'll come across the bottom left hand side of the photo. But on this, I gotta figure out some way of, I may put a piece of ephemera here. So I'm not too worried about that. So, but I know I'm going to put a piece of ephemera here. So I'm going to make sure that that gets covered up. But I wanted to cry over that. I'm like, I made it so pretty and I messed it up by dropping water on it this morning. So, but this front page is now officially done. Nope, I want to leave this open because I got to flip over to the bottom page, and this right here will get in the way of me being able to put everything down. So I'm going to flip this over, and this is the back, and you see it's already how it's kind of rocky. But this is the back of the first part of page 1. And this is the 1/2 inch tab I told you were going to have when you scored the page. This is what attaches the page to our spine. So you have your base page is still the same measurement as the one that I gave you last time. And then this little flip out measures 4 1/4, so 4 1/4 wide and 6 1/4 long. Well, but that's with this. So technically, this page right here, this purple page, you need to cut it to 6 3/4 of an inch. I mean, 4 3/4 of an inch wide, with a 1/2 inch tab on the right hand side of the page. It looks like it's on the left now because I've got it attached. So on your right hand side of the page, you're going to want to score 1/2 inch in. So those measurements again are 4 3/4 inches wide with a 1/2 inch tab on the right hand side of the piece, and 6 1/4 inches long. So, and it folds over. Once you scored it, you're going to want to fold it over and glue that tab down to the right hand side of the page up against your score line, not into now. Don't go into the score line, because if you go into the score line for the base page tab, this base page is not going to sit properly on the spine hinges. So, and then for this piece right here, you want to cut 2 pieces of paper that measure 6 1/8 inches long and 4 1/8 inches wide. And one piece is going to go here, and this other piece is going to go on the back side. But let me go ahead and put this down. I do have my page for the base page as well, and I refilled my glue bottle, so I shouldn't be struggling this morning, but I probably will struggle because I usually do. But so far I've seen the wonderful creations that the ladies have been putting out. Miss Rhonda from the Junk Journal Diva is making a Bible study guide, or a Bible study book, which is wonderful. She's taken a selection of pages from both of mine and Esther's kits, so to make it. So I think it's wonderful. She has also, I have got that crooked. There we go. The Joys of Fabri-Tac. You still have a little bit of play before it sets. Now flip this over, and on this back piece, on the back of the piece is where you're going to be putting your second piece of paper. But let's see. Little Nest Creations, I think is her YouTube channel. She has put up a video. I've actually saw 2 videos today, and I was like, you go girl. The first one was a resin butterfly. She made it using one of my butterfly fussy cuts from the bonus, from one of the, no, from the my fussy cuts page from the kit. And she has also made hidden paper clips using the one of the fussy cut pages from, I'm going to use my bone folder, but one of the fussy cut pages from Esther's kit, and both were gorgeous. Now I don't have any resin. She used UV resin to make hers. I don't have any UV resin, but I do have Mod Podge. So she was making like they're like charms to go throughout her journal. So, but I do have Mod Podge, so I'm gonna make a few of those to go on the tassel that's gonna come down the side. And yes, I decided I was gonna do a tassel. Give me a second, guys. Sorry, I was thirsty. My mouth was dry. But, yes, I decided I was going to do a tassel. And I am actually going to show y'all how to make dangles. Using one of the pages in my kit. One of the pages in the kit have little bitty small squares and rectangles on it. Those are actually tiles that I made specifically for dangles. So I'm going to show y'all how to do those. And I'm going to add some of those butterfly charms that her name, I can never remember her name. I remember her YouTube channel. The Little Nest Crafts, I think it is. Hold on a minute. Wendy from Little Nest Crafts. Some of her butterflies. I am going to, or was it Hopping Crow Creations? Oh lordy. I'm sorry, ladies. Whichever one y'all made those, I love them. I can't remember now. Oh lordy. It's been made, okay? And then, or it may have been Kelsey Thomas. I don't remember. Oh lordy, guys. This is why I should not be crafting at 6 a.m. in the morning. I'll have to go back and look. And I'll give you the correct creator in my next video. Oh, I should not be crafting at 6 a.m. in the morning. But anyway, getting back, I'm going to add the butterfly charms and the dangles that I show y'all how to make to that tassel. But, let's see. I'm going to come back and decorate this in a few minutes because I was going to do the decorating now, but I'm like, no, I'm going to hold off on that. But I do want to show y'all this. I have an app on my phone that allows me to go in and do like cross stitch. Well, I was just browsing the app the other day and I saw like 3 or 4 cross stitches of sunflowers. And tell me that is not gorgeous, guys. That is so pretty. And it's going right here. You'll see these throughout the mini album. I couldn't help myself. There was like 3 or 4 of them, and I did all of them. I was looking for one that had lavender, and the only lavender ones I found I felt that it didn't match the kit because it had like bright pinks and oranges and stuff like that. It just didn't appeal to me the way these did. So that's why I chose the 3 or 4 of the sunflower ones that I found, because I didn't like any of the lavender ones. Now you want to center this, and I didn't even give you the measurement on this piece of paper. Give me a minute. Let me center this real quick and I'll give you the measurement. Now, it is going to, you may have to pull your page up just a little bit because of how lumpy and bumpy it is on the front side of this page. But get it to lay as flat as you can, like that. Now, I said our base in the first video, I said our base pages are 6 1/4 by 8 1/4. So you want to cut this piece of paper to where it is 6 1/8 inches wide and 8 1/8 inches long. That way it gives you a 1/16 of an inch between the edges of the base page and the edge of the decorative page on all sides. So coming back to this, I have got these. Now on this base page, I will be doing like flip outs. I'd be attaching ephemera to this base page, but I'm gonna put a hinge, one on the left and then one on the right. So that way, when the ephemera is flipped over, you can see that, but you can still flip it out and you've got the gorgeous page here, so this page isn't getting covered up. Now I'm going to pull in 2 more of my die cuts. And then this was the flower I was looking for in my bits and bobs video. This is the one from that white flower trim that I said you can take your distress ink and color in the petals, that I colored in the petals and I colored in the center. The petals are colored with scattered straw and my center is colored in with vintage photo. And it's just 2 of them layered up together. So what I'm going to do with this is, again, this die cut is just a little bit lighter than this page. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to, this needs to be back behind like this, and I'm going to have it come over a little on the page. Give me you. So yeah, it's going to come over, it's going to come up to my score line, but not into it, because if you put it into it, this flap's not going to close over properly. And then I'm going to do you right here. Again, right up to the score line, but not over the score line. And then my flower will come down here like so. And I'm going to attach it on this left side and along the bottom, and then the die cuts will be attached, the bottoms of the die cuts will be attached to the back of the flower. And here on the sides, my die cut shifted, here on the sides I'm going to attach the green one on the top, the 2 leaves on the left side. And on this blue one, I'm going to just run it along the side like I did on the other one. Along the tip of this, the edge of this, and the edge of this. And then the tip of this will get attached to the green. So let me do that real quick. And I want to bring this green in just a little bit more. There we go. So where it lines up a little bit better, like so. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab a hold of it. Just go ahead and anchor it to my green leaf so that I can work a little bit better. And then I'm going to anchor my green leaf to the back of this. And I'm not using a whole lot of glue to anchor these to each other, guys, because I don't want glue. I don't want like just like tons of glue seepage. Just a little bit to anchor them to each other. And then this one, I'm actually going to anchor it right there. And if any glue seeps through the back of it, make sure you remove that seepage. And then now just to find out for sure where to place my flower, I'm gonna bring this back in and over just a little like that. And again, I'm just going to put it along the bottom and along the left side. So, because I've got it where I want it at, and to make sure that it stays there, I'm going to grab everything with my tweezers. And then pull this stem down. And glued to the back. And yes, the art glitter glue will stick paper to fabric, cloth, lace. This is usually what I use versus the Fabri-Tac. Oops. And so now, see, it sticks it perfectly. And now I'm going to come in with my flower and attach, put glue here along that bottom and along the side, and then coming up here, 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 there, and there. And then place it, making sure that it does not, it goes up to the score line but not into it, and that my flower is on my base page. Get up any glue, extra glue that sticks, extra glue that oozes out, should I say. There we go. Along the side, hold this down for just a few seconds. In there. Now, my photo will slide in behind all of this like so. And you'll have that decorative part on your photo. But it forms like a little tuck. And now I'm going to flip this over. You see how it adds a little bit of bulk because it's this is not into the score line. Ooh, I did get that into the score line. Yeah, don't do that. I should have moved it over. I should have shifted it just a little bit, but it's okay. But yeah, see how it's not, it's a little, well, this doesn't help, but there's also a little bit of, yeah. So that's why I said make sure it's not in the score line. And then lastly, right here, I'm going to take this ribbon and put it down and do the same thing that I did on this, that I did on the other one. So I'm just going to come in here, get this as even as possible, take my pencil and just mark directly on my ribbon where I need to cut. Grab my scissors and just cut that piece off. And now I noticed when I was placing this down that I've got some fraying right here. Remove that as well. I'm not worried about any fraying, any more fraying should I say, because the glue will stop it, and I'm actually going to save that because it's a whole sunflower. I'll add that to something. But now I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to apply a little right here and a little right here for my ribbon. And I pretty much want to, I went down a little too far on the glue right there. I pretty much want to line this up with the polka dots so that you just see the bottom of the polka dots peeking. Whoops. Peeking. And it would help if I did not have the ribbon upside down. Let's try this again. I just realized I had my ribbon upside down, and also that I went a little too far with my glue right there. This way. So you just want just a little bit of the polka dots peeking through the bottom. And then you want to pull in opposite directions to make sure this is nice and snug. You're not going to be able to get it too snug because of the lump. I should have put this on before. And yes, I do have a little bit more fraying right here, But let's see if I can get that off so that I can, oops, snip it with my scissors. There we go. And then just come in with my scissors and give a little snip. There we go. So there's my ribbon. And I want to attach this butterfly, which is from, get off my finger. And this is also from my Fussy Cuts kit. And it just has a pearl, like a flat back pearl in the center. Now my ribbon is a little stained up right there, so I am just going to put my butterfly right here, keeping the glue only on the butterfly because I don't want any on the back. I don't want it to go past the butterfly because I want to be able to slide the, so yeah, just a little bit. I want to be able to slide a photo or a piece of ephemera, one of the two, back behind this ribbon. So that's why we only want to put it on the back of the butterfly where it's going to touch the ribbon at. But yeah, you can slide it right in there. A piece of ephemera would look gorgeous to go back behind here. It really would. And you can faintly see the Fabri-Tac, and I'm not liking that. So I may actually put a piece of ephemera and just slide it under. But that is our first part of our page 1. So we can go ahead and close this up right here, like so. And just set that off to the side. Now, this is part 2 of the first page. And we are doing a, let me make sure I got all this upright. Yeah. On this, we are doing a belly band. So my belly band is, let me remove the little washi tape, 8 1/4 inches long. I just had that totally off camera. And you do not go, you go on the other part. So yeah, 8 1/4 inches long by 2 inches wide. Now before we put the band part down, I'm going to cover this side of my base page and this side of my base page. These are from one of the background pages in my kit. And I wanted a butterfly in the top left and the bottom right. Now, these measure 8 1/8 inches long, both pieces do, by 2 15/16. So let me move there, move you up out of the way. And this piece is going to go here on this side, leaving a 1/16 of an inch on the top, bottom, and the left side. And on this one, it's going to go here, leaving a 1/16 of an inch at the top, the bottom, and the right side. And then the belly band's going to come down the center to cover up the base page. I need to try closing my glue. Let's see if that helps a little. Because I'm getting a little too much of the glue coming out. I wish I had some more of the fine tip bottles like my art glitter glue was in, but I do not. I am out of those bottles. So, and the one that I was using for my Fabri-Tac, it somehow got a hole in it, and Fabri-Tac was coming out of the side of the bottle instead of the tip of the bottle. So that was not going to work. I got these, I think I got them off of Amazon, I think, but I went back through, well, I thought I had anyway. I went back through and looked at my order history, and I can't find them anywhere. I don't know if I don't know if they're maybe discontinued, but I thought though I would still be able to find them even though they were discontinued. But I don't know, I may not have gotten them from Amazon, but I could have swore I did. I found some similar, but I want those kind because it came with a big bag of the bottles. Each bottle had its own individual tip, and it came with like a set of 4 little bitty mini funnels for easier, you know, transferring the glue from the big bottle to the little bottles. But I can't find any like that. That's why I was wondering maybe if they discontinued, or even if I did get them from Amazon. But I could have swore I got them from Amazon when I did my last supply order. But that's been over a year ago. Like, once a year I'll go in and I'll do like a big supply order, like for bottles or like paper cutter blades and stuff like that. I'll do that about once a year because I can usually get them in bulk at a cheaper price. So, but yeah, that's how that's gonna look. And then I'm going to bring in my belly band, and it will go here. So let me, now I want to try to get this centered. I pull my page in. There we go. So I know my center is going to be at 3 3/8. And this paper is 2 inches, so I know if I put it on the 2/8 inch mark and the 4/8 inch mark, that's going to be centered. So make sure it's nice and flush. Whoops. But yeah, I can take my ruler and do like this and make sure it's flush. It is. And now while holding down the center, I'm just going to come in with my art glitter glue, since I know I don't have to shift it and I know I've got it centered. Just come in with my art glitter glue and do it that way. Now, whoops, it shifted. There we go. I'm back centered. And then do the same thing at the top. And now, if you like your belly band snug like I do, there is a trick to it. And I will show you that trick. Now, to get your belly band snug like I do, you want to attach the bottom of the belly band first to the page. Take your fingers, and as you're laying that belly band down, run your fingers pushing up towards the top of the page like that, and just hold it there, like still pushing, well, not pushing too much because you're going to buckle your page, but holding the bottom of your page down while you're pushing up towards the top, so that you get a super snug belly band. And that's what I want here. I want a super snug belly band, but I don't want my paper to buckle. And voila, and it buckled just a tiny bit, but that's okay. You can fix that. bend your page. It will unbuckle your page, but it'll also shift your belly band, but that's fine. You can always just smooth it back up in there, and your page is not buckling, and you've got a snug belly band. So, there you go. Now, before we lay down our base paper, which I've got to grab my base paper. Before we lay down the base paper, let me shift these over because I grabbed the wrong pieces. And move my little sunflower. I want to add some crocheted lace trim to the sides of this. So I've got this gorgeous crocheted lace trim that I got from Plum Boutique on Etsy. And I'm just going to lay that down the edge of my belly band on both sides. Now, this belly band I'm going to use to put a large piece of ephemera on it. So I'm not going to be covering the whole page because the piece of ephemera will do that, but I want the decorative edges though. So I'm just going to come in with my art glitter glue and run a thin line coming up each side. So I'm going to start on my left side first, place my crochet lace, and I'm going to put it off the edge a little bit because I am going to trim that frayed edge up. And I'm trying to line up, I'll show you here in a minute. As I'm laying it down, I'm pushing it down as well to get it to adhere to my page. And yes, I have overhang, but I will cut that off and I will save those little bits. But the part I was trying to line up on my page is the bottom of the band. Trying to line that up with the edge of the page so that I know my lace is straight. And let's see, trying to see, I think, trying to see which is the front and which is the back. This is my front. Yeah, this is my front. And that was the upstairs neighbor's dog. Even the dog is active at 6 a.m. in the morning. Now, I didn't even think to stop to consider this, but I have got 2 pieces of paper that measure 1 5/8 inches wide. So now I'm just going to butt this up against this because I didn't even think about doing, I should have placed these down before I put the lace down, but it's all good. But it's 1 5/8 inches wide by 1 7/8 inches wide by 1 7 inches wide by 1 5 inches long. And I'm just going to use my art glitter glue for this. Just place a little bit of the glue on the back. Like I said, I should have went with my first instinct and placed these pieces down first. But a little late now, but it's all good. It can't not be corrected. So you want to place it down, leaving a 1/16 of an inch. Now you're not going to have that 1/16 of an inch on this side because, and see how that's doing that? And I just, I don't like the fact that sometimes the art glitter glue will do that. It leaves the streaks like that. And I know, and I know why it's doing it. It's because of the paper that it's printed on. It's just 20-pound copy paper. When I printed this kit, I didn't have my heavier weight paper hadn't came in yet. So but I had to get a video up, so I just went ahead and just used the 20-pound that I had. Said I wasn't late on getting the video for one of the videos up for this collaboration. Now I'm regretting, but it's all good. And then again, I'm going to come in on this side. Whoops. I need to remember to keep my mat up because y'all can't see when my mat's all the way down like that. But yeah, just bring it up all the way to the top, and it's this side, I think. Yeah. And again, I'm just going to place the lace just a little bit off the page because it is frayed on that one end, and lining up the bottom that I showed you with the edge of the page. Bring it over, pressing as I go so that I make sure the lace is adhered. There we go. And then I'm going to come in and just flip this over. You get a peek at what the back side of this is going to look like. And just snip that off. Now the larger piece I'm going to save, but this smaller piece I'm not going to worry about it because it's too small really to do anything with. So yeah, that piece is just, there's nothing but just tiny little bits of it left, so I'm just going to throw that away. But this piece right here I'm going to save, put it with my sunflower lace, my sunflower ribbon, and there. And that is all we are going to do to this page for now. I will come back in and put another, I'll put the piece of ephemera here and then I'll show you. But yeah, I'm undecided about whether or not I'm going to fit like a large photo mat behind here, or if I'm going to do a large piece of ephemera back there. I am unsure. So we're going to flip it over to, whoops, you know what? I got to cut this too. I thought I was done, but I'm not. So cut that piece right there. And that piece right there. Now I'm done. And again, those pieces are so small, I'm just going to throw them away. There. Now, moving along to this piece right here. Now, this piece is actually two pieces. So you have your first piece, which comes out like this, but the final piece is not going to do this. And this piece measures 8 1/4 inches this way, and you want to score it at 1/2 inch. So 8 1/4 inches wide, so this way. And then it is 4 1/2 this way. So 8.25 inches from left to right with a 1-inch score on the right hand side. And then it is 4.5 inches top to bottom. I cannot speak today. And then, so you got that 1 inch, you got the 1/2 inch score on your right, and then you want to come in from the left and you want to score it again at 1/2 inch. So, Samantha, on the left, you want to come in and score it at 2.5 inches. So there will be 2 scores on this piece of paper. So 8 1/4 inches wide, 4.5 inches tall. On the right hand side, you want to come in and score it at 1/2 inch. On your left hand side, you want to come in and score it at 2.5 inches. So you're going to attach it to your base page, fold it like this, and then you're going to, that 2.5 inch piece you scored, you're going to fold it over, and this is going to form a pocket. Now, on this page, on this side, this piece measures 3 inches wide, and actually it's supposed to be 3 1/4 of an inch wide. I cut it wrong. So 3 1/4 inches wide left to right, and 8 and a, I think I said this was 8.5 pages, 8.5, no, 8 1/4, excuse me, 8 1/4 tall from top to bottom. On the left hand side of on this piece, you want to score it at 1/2 inch. Attach it to your page, and this flips down. So you've got this piece that goes down first, and then your pocket piece that goes down second. Now, to hold our pocket piece, like to create like the flap that I want, I am going to use a magnet to keep this closed. I got these little thin, as you can see, there's 2 magnets here. They are very thin, but very powerful. I got these off of Amazon. So now, I want these to where they adhere like this. So they adhere like this. These are powerful. I have broke one of them. I broke one the other day. Because they're so powerful, they click together, and when they click together, I guess they click together with enough force that it broke one of them. Yeah, like I said, they're tiny but powerful. So I'm just taking my craft knife, and now this is just double-sided tape, because these magnets do not come with like the adhesive on the back of them. I'm about to mess up. These do not come with adhesive on the back of them, which is fine. So I just added my own. I add my own adhesive. Now, on the back of this flap, your little pocket flap, I want you to flip it open and come in on the left side right here. Come in roughly about, I'm going to say roughly about 1/2 inch. You want to do at least 1/2 inch so that you have enough room to cover the magnet on the left hand side with your decorative pages, and just push down. Now, flip this over. So you'll feel your magnet right there. Now, gently, if you were using the thin ones like I am. How can I do that? Nope, because... Okay, what I'm going to do is, these are powerful. So here's my solution. Yeah, no, it's got to be like that. So, how am I going to do this? So, let's see, I am roughly about here. So I am going to pull this over to about roughly here. So I'm going to put glue roughly in that spot and place, well, what am I doing? Yeah, and place my magnet. Now, I know these magnets are going to find each other, so hopefully by holding it down, they'll find each other in the right spot, and they found each other. So for now I'm just going to leave it, but you see how it creates a closure, and see, yeah, I was off. So I need to come in here and remove a little bit of that glue. I'm just doing it with just the back side of my tweezers. Now I will come back in before I lay my paper down. I'll come back in and remove that sticky backing. But for now, I'm just going to leave this open like this. I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to do my base page. All my base pages, the measurements are the same, so you don't have to worry about that. And I'm taking this piece. This is one of the pages from the kit. I'm going to set it down and center it like so. Now this one, I was a little bit off with the measurements apparently when I cut it, because I don't have that 1/16 of an inch. It's a little less than a 1/16 of an inch, but it'll be okay. And apparently I got that one wet too. I just noticed it when I flipped it over. So yeah, and see, I had all of, because yesterday when I did the first video, I expected to have enough time to get everything done. So I just had all my pages sitting on my desk. Well, I didn't take into account of me having to do the introduction for the collab and all that. So I went over, which I know I'm probably going to go over on this one too, the allotted time I wanted to have the video done in. Whoops, sorry, my head hit the camera. Ooh, way too much glue. So I just left the pages sitting on my desk, and I had my drink in my hand and condensation, and yeah. I realized I had dripped on the other one, but not this one. So, but there is that page adhered down. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this inside page, and for it, I am doing another piece of this paper that'll just come right down here, and it'll cover up that magnet. Nah, that's too much blue. I was debating on whether or not to do the blue side or the purple side, but that's a little too much blue for my liking. So because my page that I have for over here, well, it's got the sunflowers on it. I could have done the blue if I really wanted to, but nah, I am good. So there we go. Now make sure you're around that magnet. Perfecto. And now for this one, I'm doing a little something different. Now I had all my pages for this mini album are already cut. The decorative pages are. So, and I had a bunch of scraps left over, and I didn't want them to go to waste. So when I was debating on what to do on this page, I decided to hold off on doing anything on it until I knew for sure what I was going to do, and I decided just to use some of these scraps. So now this piece is too short, so it's at the bottom piece, but that's okay. To correct that, I've got a piece of my lacy die cut, and I'm going to come in here and just simply butt this up against that paper and bring it down, making sure I line the bottom right here along on the die cut all the way down with the edge of my page. So first I'm going to put this down. Now there's that gap over where the magnet sits at, but I'm okay with that because again I'm going to put a piece of ephemera right there, and I'm going to make sure that it's a thinner piece of ephemera so that it doesn't interrupt the functionality of the magnet. And yeah, oh no, I want it like this. And now I'm going to just place you right here and then lift it up to make sure I'm not in my fold line. There you go. And smooth that down. And then this is a piece left over as well. I'm going to place this at the bottom of the page. Again, leaving not into my fold line and trying to line it up with the one above. Just press that down. Oops. And then I'm going to attach this. I'm just going to put the glue directly onto, I'm going to use my art glitter glue and put the glue directly onto my page, starting just this piece, because this piece isn't long enough, so I have another piece that I'm bringing up that I'm going to match up with the side of that one. And yeah, whatever piece of ephemera that I have, I know it's going to go over the top of this, but I'm okay with that. Whoops, move you. So to get this on here as evenly as possible, ooh, and in the correct orientation, I am just going to pull the album up towards me so I can see what I'm doing. I'm trying not to get my head in the camera. There we go. And just push that down. And then I didn't go down far enough. I thought I did, but I did not. So there. And then I'm just going to continue that down with the other piece. And that one will overlap. Whoops, way too much glue. That one will overlap my decorative paper, but I am okay with that. So we're just going to, ooh, oh wow, you're way over, but that's okay. I can cut off the excess. Whoops. I'm trying to push that up against that to make it as seamless. I know it's not going to be completely seamless, but as seamless as possible. Ooh. There. And then just simply flip this over and snip that off. Trying to do it straight though, because I got that crooked. There we go. Now, and like I said, I'll have a piece of ephemera that goes here, so I'm not worried about that. And then now for this piece right here, I'm going to take a piece of my purple gingham. It's just a misprint on the back. And if there's not bleed through, then I will, like say if like this sunflower one was a misprint, I didn't have the paper settings correct on my printer, so it printed all kinds of messed up. But there was more bleed through from the gingham on this side than there was on the sunflower on this side. So I just decided to use this. If the bleed through is too much, then I won't even use it. I'll discard, I'll like throw it away, or you know, if there's any pieces on it that are salvageable, I will salvage those and put those in my scrap bin, and then just throw the rest of it away. But I am like totally out of frame. But this is going to fold up for a pocket, so I'm just going to apply my glue here and here, and just flip that up again, pulling the ends opposite each other to form a very tight pocket so that nothing falls out, because with it being a flip, I don't want anything to where when I'm flipping it open, anything to flip right out of it. And then right here, come back here, I'm going to use a piece of this paper, and ooh, you got cut way too big. So, not a problem. Just line that up as evenly as possible. Come in and cut that. Grab my cutter. There's my mark. I was about to say, where's my mark? Grab my guillotine cutter and just line it up as best I can without getting my head from the camera, and just chop that piece off, which means I'm going to have to come back in with my Stormy Sky and correct my piece of paper. Again, like I said in the other video, I don't mind if it goes over the page like that or over the piece like that. That's the kind of look I'm wanting. So I'm just going to set that up here to dry. Put my ink pad away, and see, it closes perfectly. I'm going to take right here. This is a piece from Esther's kit. And I liked the bicycle at the bottom and where it says beauty up at top. And I'm just going to center that on this page. And apply my glue. I'm going to set this down. See if I can get it. Oops. See if I can make it to where I don't get the big blobs of the glue on the page like I have been getting. Alrighty, pick this up and bring it down, centering it as best you can so that you have that pretty border, and then smooth it. It's going to be a little lumpy right there where the magnet's at, but that's fine. So smooth it out, get back in frame. And now you can't, I probably should have, I mean, you can't really tell it, but I can. I probably should have flipped the die cuts over and did the other side facing out, but it's okay though, because the prettier side is here and I wasn't thinking when I did it, but it's okay. Let's see, are you dry? Yep, you are dry. So I'm going to take my glue, trying to keep an eye on the time. I've already gone over an hour, guys, so this one's going to be a long one again. And add it to my page, and then center it as best you can here. And now I forgot to tell you the lengths. Now you see why you want to push that magnet away from the edge, even with it being back. I should have put it back a little bit further, because even with as far back as I did, the paper barely covers that magnet right there. So, ooh, I got glue seepage. But there. And then, hey, where did my magnet go? Is my magnet up under my paper? I guarantee you it is. My magnet has disappeared. No, there's only one magnet right there. Where did my magnet go? Oh lordy. My magnet is MIA. What the heck, guys? I've never had a magnet just disappear like that. Is it on my scissors? Nope. It is not on my ruler. Not on those scissors. Not on my... Guys, what the heck? That magnet just seriously disappeared. I guarantee if I go back and watch the video, I'll be like, yeah, there's the magnet. Well, I will just grab another magnet. I have got an extra one right here. so. And I know my magnet goes there. And just replace my magnet. Okay, wrong way. Dadgummit. Samantha. I put the magnet down wrong. That's why I keep flipping this over, because a photo will cover that. I'm not really worried about that. I keep expecting to see it on this side right here, but it's not. Am I putting the magnet on wrong? I think I am. Guys, I'm on the struggle bus this morning. Again, I will repeat the same thing I repeated this morning. Apparently, earlier in the video, apparently I should not be crafting at 6 a.m. in the morning. It's probably later than that now, because I've been at this for over an hour. So here and there. But yeah, I think I want it like this, and then I'll have like a photo right there. And then when you flip it up, you've got this pretty right there, and then you will have the other. Well, let me do this again. I'm gonna do a photo right here. And then when I flip it up, I'll have either a spot for a photo or a piece of ephemera right there. I flip it over, I'll probably put a photo on this side. Right here, I'll have a piece of a room for a piece of ephemera. And then here, I'll have room to do like the 2 hinged pieces of ephemera right here. But, oops, nope. But this is everything, guys. So, and when this goes in my book, my album, it will go in like this, so that this flips out to this, and then you have this, and then this. So, but that is everything, guys, for week 1 video. Don't forget to search the hashtag God's Beauty and Sunflowers. God's Beauty and Sunflowers. And it'll take you to all the videos that have been posted so far for this collaboration. But the collaboration started yesterday, so there'll be videos posted for week 1. There'll be videos posted all the way through Sunday night. So, but that's everything, guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, friends.